Today I'll be sharing some special stitches that are used in the Ascent Socks pattern. The pattern uses a lot of twisted stitches, so we have to use twisted increases and decreases to keep the pattern looking the way it's supposed to. Today I'll be sharing a twisted left leaning decrease, a twisted right leaning decrease, and a twisted left lifted increase. I'll start off with the twisted right leaning decrease. That's what you see along here, and the goal of this decrease is to maintain the twisted stitch as you decrease over additional stitches. The directions for a twisted right leaning decrease are to slip one stitch purlwise through the back loop twice, place these stitches back onto the left hand needle, maintaining twisted orientation, and then knit these two stitches together as one stitch. So to do that, we will slip one stitch purlwise through the back loop. So I'm kind of going around the back loop on both of the next stitches. It's always a little bit tricky to get the second one. And then I'm going to slip them directly back onto the left needle, maintaining those twisted directions, and then just knitting the two stitches together. And that creates a twisted stitch on the top, and the decrease leans towards the right. Next, we're going over the twisted left leaning decrease. So this continues a left leaning pattern like we're seeing here, and we'll move the stitch on the top here over the next stitch and keep the twisted row that we're seeing here. So the directions for a twisted left leaning decrease are pretty straightforward. You're going to insert the right hand needle through the back loop of the next two stitches and then knit them together as one stitch. So you can just insert the needle through the back loop into the next two stitches like this. You have two stitches together, and then just knit the two stitches together, and you have a twisted decrease that leans towards the left. Lastly, we're going to be going over the twisted left lifted increase. So this increase creates that nice point that you see at the top of the garter stitch triangles. Looks like the bottom here, but it's a top-down sock. So the instructions for a twisted left lifted increase are to insert the left hand needle from front to back into the left leg of two stitches below the stitch on the right needle, and then knit through the back loop of the lifted stitch. So we've just worked this stitch here that's on the right hand needle. This stitch is the stitch below, so this one is two stitches below. So we're going to insert from front to back, and it can be a little bit tricky to go from front to back just picking it up like this. So I like to use my right hand needle and then pop it over onto my left hand needle. Then you'll just knit through the back loop, and you've increased one stitch, and you have a nice little point there at the top. If you're looking to knit your own pair of Ascent socks, you can find the pattern on Ravelry or Payhip, and I've linked both of those below. And if you're looking to follow more of my designs, you can always find me on Instagram. I am Carrie Knits, and I've also linked that up below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something new.